How you doing, everybody? It's me, Max Furo from Dex Fx Markets. We're going to be talking in this segment a little bit about the 1 hour DPC area, the data processing center. Now, there's three ways that we take the statistics of the signals themselves and validate them. The first one, of course, is the on spreadsheet validation here. Okay, so using the system is very easy. You can isolate a particular pair. You can isolate a particular pair and direction. You can isolate just a direction. You can put a particular win rate that you're looking for. 90% to there on the buy side or all side. You can really only there's a lot that you can do, right? Now the process here is that you just simply go back and put stuff like that and get everything back into. If you can also itemize, the areas themselves on the columns headers, and if just to fix that, you just hit clear sorting. Okay, getting the statistical value here on the chart on the spreadsheet itself. This is all about the last 100 trades per actual asset. So the USD CHF, you got to be a little bit more like a little detective, right? The USD CHF, you'd have to go back to what the USD CHF is, right? Now you could do this. You could just isolate it up here, boom, just like that, and it'll tell you what the last one was, 87%, right? Because it won. Before that was 87, then it was 86. You see, so it's progressive. So as it wins and it goes on, it even took a little hit here, it will adjust it each one. So you got to use a little bit of detectiveness here. So 87% for the last 100 trades. Now we don't show the last 100 trades because we got to keep our data, but that's or our database at a minimum. But what we do is that you go back to all, go down to the USD/JPY real quick, and just go, what is it at? All right, it's sitting at 85%. It lost its last one. That's okay. So you can go down the list to check to see what is the last percentage over the last 100. Now that may be 100 may have taken a week, a day, a month, a year, whatever, right? But whatever it is, if we scroll down even further, you'll then be able to see the real finite details of each pair. You can see what the lifetime success is, the year, the month, the week, the day. Now, this is the year over the last 365 days, the last 30 days, and the last 7 days, and the last 24 hours within the process. Now, we are adjusting the expiry times to be the last 23 hours for over 23 hours on the 1 hour DPC. On the 2 hour DPC would be the last 12. It'll be over a period of 12 hours. So pretty powerful. Now, with that said, there is a opportunity when you're trading to adjust your trading style depending on the success ratio. Like if I were to see over the last week that the Audi JPY is sitting at 100% for the last week, would I trade it over the Audi USD? The answer is absolutely yes. If I had one that's trading at 94%, would I trade that over something that's trading at 80? Yeah, absolutely. If I wanted to, I could increase the amount of contracts I could use on a 100% one rather than having a 79% chance. You might have a cutoff. You might have, say, I want to only trade on pairs that are 80% and above. And that would be a good statistic value. But you have to make that adjustment. You have to make that decision. You can easily see there's a lot of different ways that you can make these adjustments in your stats themselves. You might have your favorite pair. Okay. There's also going to be session information that'll say, how well does it do in one session to another. That's what we're discussing down here within this process. We'll eventually have this all lined out to say which ones have the best within the solution. Okay. That's all I got for you here. This sort of concludes our segment for the process. The last thing that we'll be talking about is price, which we'll do in one more video coming up. We'll talk about the buying them and what to buy them for and what's a good strategy to do that. I'm Max. This is DexFXMarkets.com. I look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, trade well.